Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I am just going to start by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. While I'm shuffling, if you would like to set intentions for the reading, you can do so mentally, out loud, or within your own mind. However you choose to set these intentions, know that this energy will be sent out, in a sense, towards this reading and will influence all of the messages that come through. Thank you for being a co-creator here on this channel generally and in this specific video as well. So the first card to come out here is the the 7 of Swords in the upright position. It's interesting that at first I thought this was the 8 of Swords because this leads me to believe that maybe there is some kind of element of illusion here. So we're going to be getting into that, but I also saw a giraffe in my mind's eye. So a giraffe could be some form of symbolism for someone. I am going to look up some possible meanings of this symbol. I'm getting the letter initials MESLIA. These could be in someone's first or last name. But of course, whenever I channel specific names, dates, details, etc., these are typically meant for certain individuals. So don't worry if they don't resonate for you specifically. I'm also getting the number 1212, which makes sense because today, actually, as of when I am recording this, is the 12th. I'm doing it a day in advance today. So when this reading is being released, it will actually be the 13th of December. And I'm almost getting the sense of the 12th of December this year representing some kind of portal where there is a shift taking place. Now, hopefully, if I get this reading completed, I will be doing a follow-up video that I'll be posting actually today on the channel. So if that does happen, then by the time this video is posted, that will already be live. And I would like to talk more about the 1212 portal that we've just stepped through. But the number 1212 can be a sign to trust your intuition, to stay focused, continue to pursue your dreams and desires. So maybe there's someone who's just needed some message of encouragement today. I'm picking up on a specific portion of the collective that might be feeling a lot of very chaotic kinds of energies around them right now. And this could kind of be distracting you from your dreams, your visions, your goals, either internally. These could be emotional distractions. I'm hearing memories. Maybe you feel like you have certain memories or past times or past people coming up in your mind. And this could be a little emotionally distracting. For others of you, these could be external distractions of some kind. But regardless, the message is coming through here. I'm hearing you know that you're on the right track deep down. You've been following your intuition into something, and regardless of any chaos or distraction that might be around you, you're really being guided to stay the course when it comes to your intuition. I almost get this sense like your intuition pushed you in a certain direction, whether it was a mental track, a certain way of thinking, a way of operating, something that you literally are doing in your physical life as a result of this intuitive impulse. Regardless of what this intuition has been, I feel that these distractions lately or this sense of chaos may be causing you to question a path that you've chosen intuitively. And I'm hearing, don't question the choices that you made from that clear, intuitive space, even if artificially you're beginning to feel some doubts or some uncertainties. Continue to stay the course. So with the giraffe symbolism, so some potential meanings of this giraffe could be vision and perspective. See things from a broader perspective. With its long neck and ability to see far distances, the giraffe represents foresight, clarity, and the ability to see the bigger picture in life. So that is very synchronistic because it connects so directly to what we were channeling here about the potential for there being some chaos, some turbulence currently that could be causing you to maybe feel distracted from that broader vision that your intuition is so completely aware of. And again, I keep getting the sense that you've already been guided by your intuition in certain directions. You've been pushed in certain pathways. And the message coming through so strongly is just to stay that course, to hold that higher perspective. The giraffe can also symbolize elegance and grace, the balance between strength and gentleness. And I actually feel as though, in many ways, this is you. You are the one who is holding this balance between strength and grace, because what I'm picking up here is that you either currently are, or it's on your soul's path to be doing very grand things in the world. I feel I'm speaking to someone here who has a massive purpose of some kind, who is or will be accomplishing things that are going to make a big impact in one way or another, or be visible or known or felt by others in some sense. So that represents the strength side of the equation, the bigness of your purpose. Maybe grace is someone's name here because I'm getting that as well. But the other side of this is the grace, the way that you operate from that intuitive state that allows you to flow with your life, to make it look effortless because you're moving from that deeper inspiration. I'm also getting this message of how you are accomplishing these grand things, maybe certain goals or dreams you have, many others have as well, or some of these may be common sorts of dreams. But the way that you go about achieving these dreams is going to be very uncommon. It's going to be unique to you, to your soul's nature, to your unique set of gifts and abilities. And with the giraffe symbolism, I'm also just getting this message around that to allow the way in which you accomplish these grand goals to be unique, because you have a very rare, unique soul nature and a unique set of gifts that many people are not going to understand. I'm just getting this message of you're going to do it. You're going to achieve it, whatever this goal is, or maybe it's multiple different goals for you, but you're going to go about it in your own unique way. And the more you can allow yourself to flow with that unique nature, the faster you will actually begin to see things unfolding physically in the direction of this dream. But the more that you resist that uniqueness and try to do things the way other people are doing them or the way you've seen them done before, the more you're going to feel that tension within you. That's your intuition letting you know that you're trying to fit your unique, rare essence into some kind of a box or a label or into a pathway that's already been carved out, but that isn't for you, that may have worked for others, but that doesn't really align with your core nature and essence and the unique set of gifts and abilities that you hold. Now, the name Jeff is coming through for someone. We also have the word pine. This could be a pine tree. Letter, European. Someone could be from Europe. Queen. Atlantic, this could be related to the Atlantic Ocean. Coffee, package, factory. Fire, someone could be a fire sign here. So Those are some of the words coming through the word scramble, which you guys know is a tool that I use to channel more specific details through these readings. Now, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but I do want to pause quickly and let you know that if you are new to the channel, I am doing a monthly free tarot reading giveaway. This will be a private reading with me done via email, and I did one for the first time last month and really enjoyed all of that. So we're doing it again for the month of December. And to enter, all you have to do is leave a comment. I will be selecting one comment at random from the December videos for the tarot reading giveaway, and the winner will be announced on January 1st, 2025, because we will be entering the new year, which is so exciting. And there's so much to be channeled about that I'm sure will come up in future readings as well. But anyway, if you do want to enter this tarot reading giveaway, it's entirely free. And all you have to do is leave a comment under the video. Also, if I do resonate with you, I would love for you to subscribe, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. Okay, so let's get back to this Seven of Swords card. So it feels as though there is some kind of, I'm hearing rift, trust issues when it comes to a specific person. There's this feeling of not being sure whether you can trust someone because your intuition is picking up on some level of illusion. But I'm hearing it's not what you think. Not saying that you're not picking up on an illusion, because you are, but it's almost as though you're picking up that something is off energetically, that there's something different about how a person is presenting to you physically and what they're actually thinking and feeling beneath the surface. And that disconnect, I'm hearing, is creating silence or lack of communication or just some level of discomfort in communication. So I'm getting the letter initial J. This could be in someone's name. I'm getting the name Jesse for someone. So what I'm picking up here is that with this particular person, you are sensing that they're worried about something, or there's some kind of worry. I'm just getting that worry word really strong. This is someone who is coming off as cold, or as though they're being inauthentic, or there's like this rift in their energy, meaning what they're presenting is very different from how they're feeling. This is sending off alarm bells in your intuition. But the thing is, when you're someone who's highly intuitive, I got the letters H-E-A-T. These could be in someone's name. Those spell the word heat. I don't know if someone's maybe in a climate where it's actually warm this kind of year. Personally, I live in an area where it's very cold this time of year, but maybe you live somewhere else on the planet and you're experiencing heat, warm weather. Again, this could be fire energy, fire sign, possibly. This could also represent the passion that this person has for you, which ironically, I feel that they're presenting as somewhat cold towards you, and yet they have all of this passion about you, but also this worry coming up here. So I'm going to get my notebook out because I do want to be taking some notes here, especially because, as always, we will be continuing this reading on Patreon. So if you are feeling a resonance at any point in the reading, and you do want to join our extended reading on Patreon, the link to that will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But it's interesting because I'm getting passion, but coldness from this person, which seems very paradoxical. They're very passionate about you, and yet something about their communication physically is coming off apathetic or cold. And this is because there is that underlying worry that they're not being open about because they're scared of something, scared of being perceived as weak or vulnerable, possibly scared of being judged for what they're really feeling. But that lack of vulnerability is actually pushing you away, because this person thinks they're presenting this strong exterior by not being open about how they're feeling. They think that they're keeping you in their life or preventing you from judging them or seeing them in a negative light or seeing them as weak. But the thing is, they don't seem to fully comprehend just how intuitive you are. When you're someone who is intuitive in the way that you are, what happens in these situations very often is you can sense something that is off about the energy with a person, but you can't always pinpoint exactly what that is. Sometimes this just begins to give you this like apathetic or kind of icky feeling, for lack of a better word, towards someone, this desire to not speak to them, to not connect with them, this disinterest. That's sometimes how your intuition communicates to you that something is off in that person's energy, meaning there is a rift between what they are showing you and what they're actually feeling. But I'm getting that for this person, some of that rift may actually be unconscious, which further complicates things because even they themselves may not be fully aware of how much they're holding back when it comes to you. But I do feel that this is creating some level of distortion in your communication with this person. And it's causing you to feel a disconnect here, but it's almost like this person is projecting that disconnect onto you. So they might be reacting against you pulling away, setting boundaries. They might be saying that communication feels off or things feel weird between you, but really this person is dealing with this unconscious energy rift within themselves. And you're picking up on that intuitively, which is why the two of you are feeling a bit more disconnected. So let's see what else I can channel here about how this person is thinking and feeling at this time. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is someone who feels as though they're juggling a lot in their life. They may feel a bit overwhelmed even by the amount of things that they have going on in their life. They feel as though any added weight in any direction could possibly send them tumbling in a sense emotionally. I feel like they're dealing with a very delicate balance. I'm hearing time management. Maybe this has to do with their time. They're feeling like they have a really overloaded schedule. I feel this could be related to pressures in the workplace, but also there seem to be emotional pressures here for this person. I'm hearing that the more that they feel overwhelmed, the more that they pull away. This is also the kind of person who has this subconscious tendency where the more emotional they feel towards you, the more that they will actually pull back because they are so scared of being left vulnerable. This is someone who might have avoidant behavior tendencies because of this as well. I'm getting the name Lee for someone. I was also getting the letter initials G-R-A-E and T as well. What else can I channel here about this person? Yeah, they're feeling very entrapped at the moment. They almost feel as though they've backed themselves into a corner in some sense, but I'm hearing that they've done it to themselves. This person they've pulled away because they're afraid of being vulnerable, because they're feeling overwhelmed both by their life, but by how much they're feeling towards you also. And in that state of overwhelm, this is someone who has pulled back from you, kind of backed themselves into this corner, but then they're trying to now project onto you as though you've created this disconnect when really they've set up the energy here that has disconnected the two of you. So this is a very interesting and specific dynamic. I know this won't be for everyone, but if this part of the reading is for you, then in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, we will be going a layer deeper into what this person is thinking and feeling towards you, that kind of contradiction of passion, but also that fear that coldness, we're going to be going much deeper into that, channeling any messages from their soul, from their higher self, and how this situation may progress moving into the future. So if you'd like those extended details about this situation, the link to the Patreon reading is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and reshuffle the cards and see who or what else is connected to your energy at this time. Okay, so right away, I'm getting the number 28. I also got the word ruby, and this may resonate with ruby slippers. So I'm going to actually channel into that as well. I'm not sure why that's coming up here, but it can embody power, identity, and self-discovery, inner power, and self-reliance. Wow, okay, this is going to be a message for someone. So the ruby slippers symbolize in the Wizard of Oz the power Dorothy always had within herself. Wow, I'm getting a wave of chills by this next line. I feel this is really going to connect for someone. In the story, she discovers that she didn't need external help to return home. She just needed to realize her own strength. I just needed to pause there for a second because I feel that's going to be really meaningful for someone. You have had the strength within you all along to accomplish something, which for many of you, I feel is the accomplishment of coming home fully to yourself. I'm hearing you've always had the tools, the resources, the abilities, the strength within you to do something, but it's almost as though you were lied to or you were disconnected from this confidence in yourself by people around you, or maybe by society, by a belief system. But the beautiful thing is, I really feel as though you're coming home deeply to that sense of inner knowing. You're coming home to yourself, and that is helping you to manifest a home, so to speak, on this planet that feels more fulfilling. And when I mean a home, I mean a life, a community, a space. Maybe this is a literal home or a literal space for some of you, a lifestyle, things that really resonate with that home space within yourself. But you're doing that through this simple but powerful shift happening within, where you're realizing the power and strength has always been within you. I'm hearing the validation is now flowing from within and not externally, and that is incredibly powerful. I feel one specific male ancestor or spirit guide connecting for someone here. This person may have a G or an R in their name somewhere. This won't be for everyone, but I feel as though this is a spirit guide or an ancestor who's been working very closely with you for a period of time now to help you discover that the strength and the validation and the resources that you've been looking for externally have been within you all along. And I really feel like you've shifted into that knowing. I'm also getting that there have been circumstances in your life, tests and trials, I'm hearing, especially the last few years, where you've felt either abandoned by the people around you or by certain people who were really close to you, or you felt a loss of that external validation. But this has been very intentional because it's been meant to push you within yourself to truly find that sense of strength and validation and confidence from within. And I have the sense of you really locking that in, having established that sense of self-confidence, and now being ready to create something with it, to do something with that. Again, it's almost like you now have these resources at your fingertips, which really you've had all along, but you're just realizing consciously that you do have them within yourself. And you're now able to use those, to apply those towards some goal, dream, endeavor, or something in your life. Now, the ruby slippers can also represent protection, guidance, transformation and journey, power and desire, but also feminine strength. So someone I'm speaking to here may be a divine feminine as well. Maybe you resonate with that. So As I was shuffling the traditional tarot cards before we kind of got down this ruby slipper tangent, we did pull the Knight of Cups in the upright position. And I was asking who or what else is connected to your energy. And it's interesting because we've gotten the Knight of Cups a lot in these readings, which I feel has been connecting with someone who I'm hearing wants to be more emotionally available or expressive. This seems to be a person who wants to share deeper emotions that they've become more cognizant of recently. I feel that it may have been a bit touch and go with this person. They may have been a little slow, a little hesitant to fully open up, but something has shifted within them where they've realized consciously something that they've been feeling towards you that they weren't. It's not that they weren't sure about it. It's that it's almost like something was unlocked consciously for this person, a realization that was technically there all along, but that they didn't really allow themselves to fully feel. But now it's coming down in this avalanche of emotion. I keep seeing the color green, so maybe that's significant for someone. Let's see what symbolism that might hold in love and romance. So the color green, of course, can associate with the heart chakra. I always think of the green aventurine stone that I use for channeling messages, often from the heart chakra. But also this represents a new beginning. This could be summertime, so maybe that's relevant for some of you. Maybe next summer, this connection will be much more developed, much more full-blown in a way. This also seems to connect with peace and thriving. So I'm hearing mutual thriving. I feel as though you and this person are connected in such a way that really facilitates mutual thriving, growth, and the word creativity is coming out as well when you are together. So I'm just sensing a very beautiful, warm energy because whatever this connection is, whether it's romantic or non-romantic, it does feel very loving, whatever form that love takes. It also feels very mutually beneficial to the both of you thriving, especially when it comes to creative things. This also seems to represent both of you shifting into a new phase where you're opening up in different ways because of feeling deeply emotionally safe and trusting with another person. And I feel somehow there is this natural sense of groundedness when you're together, as though the two of you seem to both have this natural, beautiful bond of trust. This may be someone who, even when you didn't necessarily know them too well, or maybe you still don't necessarily know them well, depending on where you're at in this connection, but it feels as though even at that point, even when they were a stranger, or if they're a stranger, there is this feeling of naturally being able to feel safe with them and to trust them, especially if you're physically face to face with them. There's almost like this energy bubble that is around the two of you. Again, I feel you would sense this most strongly when you're together physically. And I'm hearing, let your intuition be your guide when it comes to this person. That seems to be the key to moving this forward, staying in the moment, because again, I'm getting like when you're with them physically or speaking to them or interacting in real time, there is this feeling of having this energy bubble, naturally trusting them, feeling very secure, very supported, very loving. But the pitfall here is if the mind gets too involved and tries to kind of project itself onto this connection, it can almost kind of create a little bit of a dissonant energy. So there is the message of really allowing yourself to relax into the moment here, to follow your intuition, to keep your heart open, and to allow this to unfold naturally without overthinking it. Here we have the Hermit card as well. So I feel as though something about this connection has been kept very private between you. It feels not private in terms of being secretive, as though one is embarrassed of the other or anything like that. It's actually the opposite. I'm hearing, I don't want other people to ruin it. So there is this sense of things being kept private between you at this time in the same way that you would keep a dream or an idea private when it comes to people who might project their own fears or doubts onto it or try to discourage you from it. It's like when you have an amazing idea that you're so excited about and you know there's certain people that you don't want to share it with because you're just loving flowing with that positive, excited energy. And if you were to share the idea with them prematurely, it would create an energetic dissonance. The same is true of this connection where I feel maybe both of you, you may be doing this as well, but this person is absolutely doing this where they're keeping this connection somewhat private from prying eyes, keeping it under wraps in a way, because they don't want the projections of other people to somehow create a dissonance here energetically that prevents the two of you from continuing to move this forward because they really value this to a really high degree. I'm also hearing you connect with parts of this person that have never seen the light of day with anyone else, including family members, including like their parents, their siblings, if they have any. It feels as though you bring out a part of this person's soul, a spiritual aspect of them that doesn't get a chance to be expressed very often. Now, I'm hearing a message from someone's spirit guides in more of a general sense that you highlight the spiritual aspects of others. And this is part of the beauty of how you interact on this planet. You actually bring out, you enhance, you amplify the soulful selves, the higher selves of others, so to speak, that part of them that is spiritually connected and divine. And others may even find themselves surprised as they're interacting with you and they notice how they are speaking or moving or talking like this version of themselves that feels very creative, very passionate, very spiritually connected, very loving, but is not typically how they interact. That's because you literally... Wow, this is powerful for someone. I've not channeled this before, but one of your spiritual roles on this planet is to help people merge more physically and consciously with the higher version of themselves, the more divine version of themselves, by seeing that in them and interacting with that part of them simply by being who you are. This is something that you do naturally and automatically through your interactions, but it's one of the greatest gifts that you're giving the planet at this time. You may not even be aware of this because you may not realize how different people are interacting with you versus how they interact in their typical day-to-day life. But someone's guides really wanted me to emphasize the value of the way that you highlight the higher selves of others through the way that you operate. So what else can I channel about this connection that wants to come through here? Okay, so we have the Page of Wands in the reverse position. So if this person has been hesitant, what I see here is there's this feeling of being extremely excited about you, about this connection, about where this could go, but it's almost like they're trying to pull it back in a sense or hold it back because they don't want to make a misstep. They want to make sure they're moving this forward in the proper way here. But I do feel something that they've realized recently on an emotional level is going to begin moving this forward in a more fluid way, moving into the future is what I'm picking up on here. And to really confirm that, we have the Sun card, which is such a positive card for someone, especially a masculine energy, if this person happens to be a masculine, but someone awakening more consciously, really opening and leaning into a new beginning, which in this case I see being this new beginning with you. And I saw the number 333, which can represent with spiritual energy. So part of what this person has realized is that this connection is spiritual in nature, that there's something deeper, something more energetic going on here that they weren't fully cognizant of in the past. I'm also hearing a dream. So maybe somehow their dreams or their subconscious mind have played a role in influencing them in this direction and causing them to realize more consciously what this connection really is. Now, in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more into what exactly this person has realized consciously about you and about this connection. So we will also be taking a look at how they're planning on moving this forward. That word planning is actually coming out strongly. So even if they've seemed to be hesitant in the past, I really feel this is someone planning forward into the future of this connection. I got the letter initials TRVEOR. Of course, the name Trevor is in there as well, if that's specific to someone. So I am going to be channeling more on Patreon about how they're really thinking and feeling, what they've realized about you, and how they're planning on moving this forward. So the link to the Patreon reading is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. For now, I'm going to go ahead and close this first reading with a Rumi oracle quote. And Rumi here says, "Close your eyes, let your soul listen. The answers you seek are not in the noise of the world, but in the whispers of your heart." Rumi once said, "Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes around in another form. Trust that nothing is ever truly lost. It is transformed, reshaped, and returned to you in ways you cannot yet see. You are like the ocean, vast, deep, and teeming with mysteries. Love flows like a river through your being. Let it carry you, for it knows the way." Rumi says, let yourself be silently drawn by this strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. This pull, this yearning in your heart, is the divine call, the sacred compass pointing you to your truest self. Do not search for answers outside, for the beloved dwells within. Spread your wings, fly beyond fear, beyond doubt. Be still, beloved one. In your stillness, you will hear the voice of eternity speaking. And it will say, when the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other don't make any sense. Trust in the unfolding of life and recognize the divine within you. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. If anything here did connect with you in a personal way, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Of course, by leaving a comment, you also are entered automatically in the free tarot reading giveaway for the month of December. If you do want to follow me on Instagram for more inspiration, information, and energy updates, my Instagram is at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you do want to join me in the extended reading on Patreon, where I will be heading to next and diving deeper into all of these messages, then the link to join on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again in Monday's reading.